You were in the Hotel Montana when the quake happened. Talk to me about what happened, what it felt like.
Sure. My colleague David Hames and I had just come back from a day of filming, and we were just heading up to our rooms to relax. So we were in the lobby on our way to the elevator, and then all of a sudden, just all craziness broke loose. Convulsions of the ground around us. The walls started rippling and then falling on us. And he yelled out, "I think it's an earthquake." I looked for some place safe to jump to, and there was no safe place.
And as you talk, we're showing our viewers the transformation of Hotel Montana before and after. So you're underground, you're stuck there, and I understand that you used the light on one of your phones in order to try to find a place that you could breathe. What happened?
Well, actually, so there was complete darkness, couldn't see anything, and I had pain in my leg and my head, and I realized I had my camera around my neck, so I used the focus light on my camera to look around me. And I'm nearsighted, and I didn't have my glasses, so I actually took some pictures and would look at the back of the lens of the camera and saw in one of those pictures the elevator that I ended up hobbling over to, and that became my safe place.
So you got into this elevator shaft, and it's at that point that you figured out that you had serious wounds in your leg and your head. You were bleeding from the leg and head. You wanted to save your own life, and you used an iPhone application, I understand. Tell me about that.
Sure. Well, I just survived a major earthquake, and I really wanted to be rescued and get back to my family. And I was not going to let a mistake I might make trying to treat my wounds. I have basic first aid knowledge, but not advanced, and I didn't want to, in my disoriented state, just make a mistake. So I knew I had my iPhone. I opened it up, and I had an app that had pre-downloaded all this information about treating wounds. So I looked up excessive bleeding, and I looked up compound fracture.
You looked it up.
Later I looked up
I got it here, actually. I'm looking at it right here. I mean, I know it's going to be tiny on your screen, but I'm looking at it here. It's a basic first aid and CPR application that talks you through various things. And I understand what you did was you used this to make sure that you weren't going to hurt yourself, that you were going to do it right.
Yeah, that's right. And just knowing that I had the confidence to treat my wounds properly.
Well, listen, there's something else you did while you were down there, and that is that you wrote notes to your family when you thought you wouldn't make it. And I understand you have with you right now the journal that you kept, and you can read us a passage there of something that you wrote to your family?
Yeah, I was there for several days, and I thought I might be rescued, and I thought I might not, so I wanted to leave some notes to my family. So here's one of the notes. "I was in a big accident, an earthquake. Don't be upset at God. He always provides for his children, even in hard times. I'm still praying that God will get me out, but he may not. But even so, he will always take care of you."
Dan, could you turn that around so our viewers could see it? I understand. It's obviously your handwritten in there. I know there's some pages that have your blood on them as well. This is something you're going to hold on to for a long time. So talk to me about the moment of rescue. You were down there more than 60 hours. You were taken out on Friday. Moment of rescue. You hear rescuers coming. You're calling. You're screaming. What happens? What goes through your mind? What happened?
Well, about a day, maybe day and a half in, we heard rescuers, and they had a list of our names at that point because they were able to talk to one of the people we were talking with. And so then it seemed like, okay, this is going to happen. We're actually going to get rescued. But then it just took a long time, and there were times where I didn't hear anything, or I'd hear drilling in a far part of the building, and didn't get any reassurance that they were still coming from me. And it was just because the scene outside was a lot more chaotic and less simple than I imagined in my head. But eventually they came for me and did an amazing rescue. Those guys are rescue heroes.
Well, they are heroes. And I want to show everyone the pictures of you and your beautiful children that we have here. We'll end on that. You're reunited in Denver there with your wife, Christina, and your two sons, right? Josh and Nathan. You have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old son. There's you back with your beautiful family. I know you must be appreciating life in a whole new way right now. I know the gratitude you have.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us. Really powerful story. Thank you.
Thank you.